used to vacuum oil up to the dipstick hole, an oil extractor. It has a bleeder end on attachment that came with it and an air hose on-off valve. So right now there's vacuum inside of it, and I can turn the valve and suck fluid. And hopefully you can see in here. Sorry, Gorilla Pod noises. The bleed nipple is a 9mm. You're going to need a deep socket, and you're going to need a 6-point socket to initially loosen the bleeder nipples so they don't strip. If you use like a 12-point socket, you could strip it, and then you're having no fun whatsoever. So I'm just going to crack this loose. Hopefully crack is not the word of the day. Okay, so that's loosened, and now I'm going to tighten it up by hand, and now I can use a 9mm wrench to open that. And make sure that's tightened. Actually, first I'm going to loosen it to make sure there's some fluid dribbling out. Bingo. Okay. I just slip my wrench over because I won't be able to put it over once the bleeder nipple is on there. I'm going to pop the bleeder nipple over the end, the rubber boot over the end of the nipple. Oh god, let me get this in view for you, sorry. Popped on. Now, sorry, trying to reach around you and the camera. Well, you are the camera. And loosen this thing. Okay, I think that's loose, and I'm going to apply some vacuum. And we should see some fluid get sucked in. And there she goes. I'm going to apply some more vacuum to it because I think it's leaked out while I was sitting there talking. That farty noise is the vacuum pump. I'm going to loosen this bleeder screw a little bit. There we go. And you can see the air bubbles in the line coming out. That's not what we want in there. We want clean, clear fluid. With no bubbles. Anyway, so we continue this process, this wheel, then the driver's side rear, then the passenger side front, driver's side front, and finish off. This is basically, I'm just going to bleed this until it's clear, and you probably don't want to watch this forever while I'm doing this. And back in a few minutes. Okay, so first wheel's done. As you can see, that's about as much fluid as I got out of it. There's probably, I don't know, maybe 100 milliliters in there. And it's not as nasty as it looks. That's old motor oil it's mixing with in the bottom. That's just in the vacuum extractor. So anyway, I finished this wheel, and I'm going to move on to the other wheel. And in between, obviously, you're going to check the level in your brake reservoir. You're probably going to need a liter or two. If you're flushing your brakes, you're going to need at least 2 liters to do a proper brake flush. And anyway, I'm going to do all 4 and be back in a few.